Today we are going over the 3 best muscle cars in GTA Online that are absolutely free. Every single one of these muscle cars you can find right on the streets of Los Santos. So starting off with our first car of the day, we have the Impante Phoenix, which if you are OG GTA player, you know that this car has been around for a minute. I actually just made a video about the Impante Phoenix. If you want to check that out right now, the top right of your screen. The Phoenix has been around since 2013 when the game released, and since then it has never touched a website where you can purchase vehicles. It can only be found on the Los Santos roads. Because of that, it is one of the most rarest cars in all of GTA. Only a few cars you can't actually purchase but can find on the streets of Los Santos. Sometimes this car can be very difficult to find, but if you know someone, have a friend that owns one and they go out driving on the streets, it might be easier for you to find one. And if you are looking for this vehicle in particular to add to your collection of cars, I recommend you go and look in the southern part of the map towards the east side. The southeast is going to be the best place to find these. I've seen multiple people find these cars also on the docks location on the very southern part of the map. So there are a few different spots where you can find them, but sometimes it can be very, very difficult. Now taking a look at the performance of the Phoenix, you can see it is almost a full 4 bars maxed out for top speed, which for a muscle car is really, really good. And obviously as far as handling goes, it's a muscle car, it's not going to have the best handling, but for the Phoenix it's actually pretty decent. And when we look at the different customizations for this amazing car, you can see that there's really only a few different customizations per category, and that is honestly the downfall of this car. But other than that, this is a must-have to have in your garage. Super rare to have. Almost everyone doesn't even know you can have this car, so highly recommend having the Phoenix in your garage. And moving on to the second car of today's video, we have the Impante Ruiner. So we're still staying in the same car manufacturer, just going to a different body style. The Impante Ruiner is another one of those vehicles that were first brought to GTA Online on release. In my opinion, the Ruiner is one of the most underrated vehicles in all of GTA Online. This car not only is a muscle car, but it could easily pass off as a tuner or a sports car. Plus, with all of the different customizations for this vehicle, you can really get creative and pull off multiple different amazing looks for the Ruiner. Now, if you want to try to find this vehicle on your own, I suggest looking in the North Los Santos part of the map towards Vinewood, and also on the eastern part. You can find this car almost anywhere you can find the Phoenix. And like always, if you know someone, you can always have them drive and it'll be easier to find. Or if you don't want to spend the time trying to find this vehicle, you can just go to Southern San Andreas Auto and buy it for just $10,000. So yes, it is free if you find it on Los Santos, but $10,000 is pretty much nothing in GTA, so it's still a very cheap price. Now, as far as performance goes, you can see the top speed pretty much matches exactly like the Phoenix. So what you're going to get out of this car is a very fast muscle car that will win you races and also perform just on the streets of Los Santos. And when we look at the customizations, there's definitely more that you can do with this car than the Phoenix. As we saw from the Phoenix, there wasn't even a livery category, and this one you can just be as creative as possible with so many different customizations and upgrades. And overall, you can make this car look insane than just the stock version that you would see. So if you see this car driving on Los Santos, do not judge a book by its cover, because it is a very underrated car, and it definitely can look amazing in your tuner garages, your muscle car garages, or your main garages in all of GTA Online. But that is what we have for the Impante Ruiner, one of the most underrated cars. For our third and final vehicle for today, we are looking at the one and only Vapid Dominator. The Vapid Dominator, like the other 2 vehicles, have been in the game since release. Is one of the first cars that is ever purchased by a new GTA Online character, or if you find it off the street, it's one of the best cars that you can just pick up off the street and drive it into your garage. So it obviously had to make sense that we went with the Vapid Dominator for the last vehicle of this muscle car video. And just like the other cars, you can find this on the northern part of the map. I've found this car basically anywhere. You can find it all over Los Santos. I think one of the main parts to find it is by the beach. I've seen it driving over there a lot of times, or in the financial district of Los Santos. But if you do not want to try to find it, you can just go to Southern San Andreas Auto. You could either buy the free that has the Pisswasser wrap on it, or you can buy the own stock Vapid Dominator for $35,000. Again, 35 grand is basically nothing in GTA Online. So if you're having a hard time trying to find it for free, you can just do a couple missions, rack up 30K, and go buy it for yourself. Now, obviously, the Vapid Dominator is pretty well known to be one of the best muscle cars in terms of performance. As you can see, a full 4 bars, and the traction is actually very, very decent. Now, moving on to the customizations, there are a few different customizations that you can make, but there is definitely not as much as you would like to for this type of car. As you can see, there's literally only like 2 to 4, just like the Phoenix, where you only have like 2 to 4 options to pick from for these customizations. But the Vapid Dominator is pretty well known to be one of the best for like racing and just overall top speed for muscle cars. In my opinion, I do like the Vapid Dominator more than the Gauntlet, but both of those cars are very decent to have in GTA Online. But again, the Vapid Dominator is one of those cars that if you find it, you can just put it right into your garage and it looks amazing. One of the best cars that you can just take from the street and put into your garage. But that is all that I have for today's video, going over the 3 best free muscle cars in GTA Online in 2023. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe and like the video down below. It really helps me out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.